Shortly after 9/11, I had two friends. One of them was a Frisco, Texas police officer. He was also a former Marine Corps pistol team champion, and he was now in the National Guard. After 9/11, he left law enforcement and deployed to Afghanistan. I had another friend who was a Fort Wayne, Indiana SWAT officer, sniper. After 9/11, he deployed to Iraq. Both of those guys got overseas and realized they weren't equipped like some of the other units that they were working around, and they needed gear. So they called me at home, and long story short, I put on a uniform, went around the community raising money to buy the gear they needed, and I had money left over. Well, it wasn't my money, it was the community's money. And it wasn't practical to give it all back to those people that gave to me, and there was no way to know how much to give them back. So I started calling all the sniper schoolhouses. I figured if my friends needed gear, there were other people that needed it. And that need was found to be enormous. It grew out of me in my garage to 40 or 45 people, like-minded guys that are operational people. Through civic donations, we raised money to buy gears for our snipers downrange, and that mission continues to this day. So that organization is called AmericanSnipers.org. And Chris Kyle was a good friend of mine. He kind of fun, in a fun manner, told me use that for inspiration for the book and the movie title by the same name. Years later, I miss him terribly. So, American Snipers has been going on for 20 years. This year, 2023. Actually, I started sending stuff in '02. Formally started the organization in '03, and 2023 is 20 years we've been at it. The war has changed, the country has changed, the world's changing, and you have to change with that. 04, 05, 06, those days were crazy. We might not have been able to send a guy, a pack of baby wipes to take a bath with, a bag of Skittles and a pair of binoculars. That may have been all we could afford to send. That's changed somewhat. As it stands, we're supporting one Marine Corps unit, a National Guard unit, and quite a few Special Forces units. And that used to never happen. But due to budget cuts in the military and whatnot, we even have people in the units that normally didn't have to ask for things, asking us for things, and by and large, they get most of the stuff they need. But every now and then there'll be one or two items that are like, hey man, this would make us just that much more lethal on the battlefield if we had this. And that little thing is what we try to provide. The firearms industry is amazing. There's some really, really good, selfless people in that industry that just have given over and over and over and over. But one of them at the top of the list is Kestrel Ballistics. Kestrel has always supported our efforts. And the wind meters and ballistic solutions they provide have saved countless lives overseas. And they're absolutely selfless. If I call them and tell them I need help, or if there's a military person needs help, soldier, sailor, Marine, they don't bat an eye. They jump to it, and they've done it for years. And some of our closest friends, those relationships have grown into friendships that's almost family, far more than business. And man, we think the world of them. We keep them safe at home. Those guys take care of our business over there, and we're proud to help them.